Hi guys, I hope everyone is having a great day. And past couple of days I have been sick, if you can't already tell from my voice. Don't mind the cough here and there that will be happening. um it was just a flu, nothing crazy. But let's get right into this video. So this video is gonna be about vision boards, and I love this topic because vision boards naturally, when it resonates with you, when you see pictures and images and quotes, words, all that stuff, when you see things that you get inspired by, you naturally get this feeling in your body of joy. You just get this spark of joy. And I think it's so cool because, each of us have our own things that we like and we dislike. And when we create those things that we do like in the way that we want to, it sparks something. And this has been talked about, like vision boards when they first came out. Like, obviously people would talk about it, but I feel like they don't get in the reason like why it's so important. Like, obviously you might think, oh yeah, like of course, like when you do things, when you see images that you like of course it might inspire you. But it's like sometimes when we make vision boards or we see things that we like, we don't necessarily stay consistent to those things, because a vision board is supposed to help us, you know uh let's say I don't know, here, let me get this out. Obviously, okay, let's say this was my little vision board. It's a red notebook, but let's just pretend for a second. Let's say this was my vision board and I did all these images and all these quotes on here, and I just left it on my desk. I just left it here. And I didn't do anything about it. And obviously, why does that happen? And I'm not going to talk about consistency and how important that is, whatever, because when you make a vision board, it should naturally come to you to look at it. Because why should you need to stay consistent or disciplined when you make something that you enjoy? But I also think the reason for that is some people, they'll use specific apps that other people use and think that it works for them. And that's not right, because like I said, we all have different interests, different stuff resonates with each of us. We get we get inspired by different things, and it's important to understand what those things are and what different things you can incorporate on this vision board that you like. And some people use websites like Canva or apps like Pinterest. You might literally just sketch it out. And I think it's so important because it's like each of us like different stuff. And so if you're copying what someone else is doing just because they said it's the best vision board and you should try it this exact way, obviously that's not going to help you. Because, I mean, unless it's the exact same thing that you vision, that might be different. But honestly, because each of us, you might, I should say it like this, because you might not know exactly, like to the grind, what things that, that doesn't even make sense, honestly. No, but it kind of does. Okay. You might not know exactly what things that you want. And that's why people sometimes say you need to know exactly, like write it down, talk to yourself about it, of exactly what you want in this life or for yourself. You might not know that. You might not know those exact things. But I'm going to say one thing that people don't talk about. And it's when you see something or feel something or read something, anything, whenever your eyes lay on, or like a vibe or energy that you get, deep down, you know if it's something that you like or don't like. So even though if you're making a vision board or you're looking at other people's vision boards and you are saying to yourself that you don't know like what you want or like, obviously that's normal, because it's not supposed to, you're not born to know everything. But when you draw or you write down stuff, it naturally comes from that gut feeling of what you actually like and what you actually don't like. And so you might look at someone else's board and be like, oh my gosh, like that's so nice, I want that exact thing. But deep down there might be something on there that you don't like. And that could be a reason why you're not consistent with looking at this vision board or even starting it and creating it. You also should know that vision boards don't just have to be this. They don't have to just be a piece of paper with images and quotes. My form of vision boards is that's one part of it, but also I have quotes and sayings and statements that I put on my wall, and when I wake up, I look at it, and that could be a form of a vision board. Because when you talk about vision boards, there are no rules. Don't listen to anyone's BS. You have to do it this way. You have to have images. You have to have words. No, it's yours. It's what you like. It's what you don't like. And so get down to what you actually like, but also like let it flow. Let it flow with your vibe and your energy. And that's important because when you look at a vision board, you're supposed to naturally get inspired by this. You're supposed to, look at it and say, I like what I did here. I want to continue drawing new stuff on here. And you could even have, a couple ideas of what you want on your board and put it, like one here, let's say one here and here. And then you went blank. You don't know anything else that you want. So you leave the rest blank, and that's fine. And then you get back to it later when you decide what you want to add. But I think it's a great way. Vision boards are an amazing way to stay consistent to something simple. Why do I say simple? Because it's something that naturally comes to you. It naturally comes to you. Things that you enjoy and like, you don't have to think about them because, to an extent, like if you're like, okay, wait, let me think about what I like. But you know what I mean? Like when you like something, that gut feeling that you get, that comes naturally. You don't have to force it. And I think that's why it's an amazing, easy way to stay consistent to something that doesn't need to take long at all. You can take 5 minutes on it. You can take 10 minutes. You can take 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It doesn't matter. It's honestly up to you. You can have it the size of half this paper. You can have it the size of a poster. And when you write down or see things that you like, you'll just get inspired of anything that you feel, and that'll come easy to you. So I really recommend doing a small little vision board. It doesn't have to be big when you're first starting out, or if you tried it in the past and it didn't work, try it again. Keep trying until you find something that resonates with you and that you want. What are things that you want out of yourself? What are things that you want in this lifetime? Write them down. Show yourself that you give a shit about yourself. And you can literally use it. You can use it on paper. You can do it online, whatever you want. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.